Welcome to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you a deep look into the latest political and security updates that are shaping South Sudan right now. From new national dialogue to court session in Juba, to lost weapon and to the roadmap heading toward the 2026 election. We have everything for you. Stay with us. Before we move on, please save the channel by subscribing. Turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with national dialogue announced. According to the report, political parties to meet December 15 up to 19 to push peace forward. A big national political meeting is coming up from the 15th to the 19th December 2026. The leader of major political parties, SPLM-IG, SPLM-IO, SWA, and OPP, and other federalists of decentralization parties will gather for what they call a national political dialogue. This meeting was announced by civil society leader Edmund Yakani. He said all parties have already been doing a small discussion trying to prepare for this big forum. The goal is simple: solve the remaining political problem, reduce security tension, and push the peace agreement forward before the 2026 election. For many South Sudanese, people have been complaining that the peace agreement is too slow and institutions are not working well. Some activities were delayed, some provisions were violated, trust become weak between leader and the public. Yakani say now is the time for everyone to sit down and agree on how to move forward, not by force, not by pressure, but through open political dialogue. During the 5-day forum, parties are expected to discuss security arrangement, election preparation, reform in government institutions, delay costs this year, public trust, and political stability. This meeting is very important because without unity between the political forces, peace cannot move forward. The public is expecting clear answer, honest leadership, and real action, not promises. Let's move on to court drama, command responsibility case. Prosecution tries to link Dr. Riek Machar to Nasser attack through command responsibility. Let's move to Juba, where the special court handling the Nasser attack case is becoming more intense day by day. On Wednesday, during the 29th session held at Freedom Hall, the prosecution witness spoke strongly about command responsibility. The witness, Major Peter Malwal from the South Sudan People Defense Force, SSPDF, investigation team, say that Dr. Riek Machar is responsible for what happened in Nasser in March 2025. Not because there is audio or video that he ordered it, but because the area was under SPLA-IO control. He say more than 200 SSPDF, South Sudan People Defense Force soldiers, were killed, including Major General David Majudak. According to him, commander can still be held responsible even if they did not give direct order. This is what they call command responsibility in law. But defense lawyers challenged him. They asked, is there any direct evidence that Machar ordered the attack? Major Peter said, no, there's no direct evidence. The defense went further and questioned whether Machar tried to help soldiers who were trapped. They asked if he requested UN support or evacuation. Major Peter denied all those claims. He said the soldiers survived only by eating chicken and drinking radiator water until other SSPDF forces rescued them. The courtroom heated up when the defense asked if the military investigation team worked together with the police investigation. Major Peter answered sharply there was no reason to cooperate. Another witness, Deng, also insisted that Dr. Riek Machar is responsible. He said there are video of White Army commander declaring they support Dr. Riek Machar. He also said Machar formed a special committee 2 days before the attack to watch SSPDF movement in Nasser. According to Deng, this action shows command responsibility. The court adjourned it and will continue on December 12, where a judge will question Major Peter Malwal directly. Major Peter confirmed no direct proof linking Machar to attack. No audio or video evidence, but prosecution still argue command responsibility. Defense continue to challenge every detail. Tension remains high in the courtroom. This case is becoming one of the most watched legal battles in South Sudan recent history. Let's move on to another top story. Kir and political parties agree on elections. President Salva Kiir Mayardit parties agrees on unified step toward 2026 elections. President Salva Kiir met with leaders of different political parties in Juba yesterday, according to SPLM Secretary General Dr. Akol Paul Kordit. The meeting ended with important agreement that will shape the future of the country. The leaders agreed on several key points. First, some part of the peace agreement will be amended. They say this is necessary to remove the remaining barrier before election. Second, the permanent constitution-making process will be postponed. Parties agree that it is better to complete election first than come back to the constitution. Third, the national census will also be delayed. Many parties believe the environment is not yet ready for full national census. Fourth, a joint political committee will handle unresolved issues. This committee is expected to bring unity, not more division. Fifth, a legal committee led by Minister of Justice will work on legal amendment. Officials say the meeting show that leaders want to move peacefully toward the 2026 election without more delay or political conflict. For many citizens, this is a sign of hope after months of uncertainty. Let's move on to lost weapon worth 58 million. Court here that weapon worth 58 million were lost or abandoned in Nasser. In another courtroom revelation today, a witness told the court that weapon worth more than 58 million US dollars were lost during the chaos in Nasser in March 2025. These weapons were either abandoned or surrendered to the White Army. This raised many questions about military accountability, leadership, and the security situation at the time. During the re-examination, witness Deng again insisted that Machar owed command responsibility. He mentioned videos of White Army fighters pledging their loyalty to Machar. He also repeated that Dr. Machar formed a committee just 2 days before the attack, something prosecution said is a sign of involvement. The court will continue on December 12, and many people expect even more revelations.